worried if we were talking about Europe or Africa, because we've been talking about New Zealand. Does anybody remember the lessons Miss Clark has taught about the past 2 weeks ago? Yes. Christmas and what? And do you remember the other one? Somebody help her.
She talked about the food in New Zealand and the trees.
Yes. Yes. Do you remember the one way before that?
What was the first lesson that Ms. Clark talked about? Last week she talked about holidays. You talked about the holidays, special holidays she talked about last week. That's when she included the trees and all that. But the very first lesson that Ms. Clark talked about, what was it about?
The New Zealand airplane.
Yes, very
Good
good.
job.
What do you think we're going to talk about today? Go ahead.
The boat.
No.
How they hold.
No. Does everybody in here like animals?
Um,
Yes. Has anybody been to the zoo? If you have, raise your hand. There it is. So we all know what animals look like, right? So we're going to talk about animals that are native in New Zealand. Native means where they originated from. So even if they came to Alabama, their home would be in New Zealand. We are going to talk about the habitats of their environment, which is like where they live, their nest. And then New Zealand is known for their unique birds, but they're known for their large amount of unique birds. But they have other animals as well, such as the birds, reptiles, frogs, bats, marine animals, invertebrates. Does anybody know what an invertebrate is? Do you have a wild guess? Anybody? What's your guess? Is it what? No? Your guess?
A wild animal.
It could be a wild animal. Does anybody else want to guess? Go ahead. No? Anybody else? An invertebrate is like an animal that doesn't have a backbone. So it can be an insect. Yes. It could be a snake. And then we're going to talk about freshwater and marine fish. Before we jump into our slides, though, I have a small group activity. We're going to divide up so we're already in our groups, but I need a leader from each group, and then a reporter, and then a person who is willing to share their animal, and some investigators. So, Miss, will you help me with the leaders?
Okay. Leaders, they already divided up into a captain, so whoever the captain is, you'll just lead your group. Writers in group 1, Nayana, you can write group 1, Sabria, 2, Quentin, 3, Kayla for group 4. So that's your writer, those are your reporters and your leaders. Y'all say you needed what?
A person who's willing to share, get up in the front, and then some investigators to help brainstorm ideas.
Okay, all right, Maurice, you can share out for group 1. Celebrity, you can share out for group 2. Mackenzie, group 3. And then I guess Derek, since you're the only person left in your group, so you'll share out for group 4, okay?
All right, who's my leader for this group? I'll put it in my recorder. Recorder, you get this. My recorder for this group. Recorder. Now I'm going to give you your animal. We're going to talk about 4 animals from New Zealand today. We're going to talk about kiwis. You remember the national bird that Miss Clark talked about? That was fuzzy. So this will be group 1. And then group 2 will be the tuatara. Y'all everything? Y'all get tuatara. And I have a picture that I'm going to give to y'all as well. Group 3. Y'all are going to be the long-tailed bat. And then group 4 is going to be the Maui dolphin. Now I'm going to give you your picture. Y'all remember? 2. What do y'all think about this?
A lizard. Looks like
It does. And then group 3.
Not this
Group
creepy.
4.
Hey, stop. I'm the one.
Did you know that the Maui dolphin is
It's Batman.
Did you know
have
that
a long
it's in
tail.
movies?
Yeah, Moana. They just call
You
it.
know what other movie? Have you seen Finding Dory? So what I want you to do, I'm going to come to the board and show y'all an example. I want you to draw a big circle in the middle. Draw a big circle. And then you're going to draw 3 little circles out beside it. You can make your little circles a little bigger, just depending on how much room you have. And then you're going to draw a line to connect it. And I want you to write the name of your animal in your big circle. So if you have Kiwi, you're going to put it in the big circle. If you have Tuatara, you're going to put it in the big circle. Long-tailed bat, you put it in the big circle, and then the Maui dolphin goes in the big circle. And what I want y'all to do is come up with questions that you have about this animal. Okay, it can be any question like what they eat, where they live. So I want y'all to come up with questions and work as a team. Yes. Because a long, long time ago, they lived with the dinosaurs. They're like the last species from the dinosaur days. Yes. Yeah, like a question, and you can come up with your own questions. Circle bigger. Huh? Can y'all see it?
Yes.
The bat and the wings. And it has little.
See, that can't see.
Guess I put some eggs.
No, it's a question. So what do y'all want?
They like
What they eat. That's the question.
you said
The question
yeah, you should say that.
When you're done, give me a thumbs up, but you have to have all 3 questions.
And Maurice will let you go. He will.
Question.
He will.
How did they? I don't know. How did they find out food about me?
She's a speaker.
Yes.
But the camera, you gotta use
Because they live like that.
That's a question.
Alright, what's your question? I'm not gonna write my question down. Nope.
no, all that stuff.
Group 2 is ready.
Okay. How is it famous?
Can she put the speaker?
Group 3, how are y'all doing?
Very good. What?
What are your questions?
I didn't know you were there.
I'm surprised you didn't.
So I made up my speaking part.
Okay.
Yay! So our group is based on the long-tailed bat. It's called a long-tailed bat because it has long wings. And why are the legs so big? And the legs, well, the wings are big because they call it a long-tailed bat. But they call it a long-tailed bat, but it really doesn't have any. It really doesn't have a tail, so they call it a long-tailed bat because
That was a big
If y'all want help, just
I'm an artist. I can show you. It's gonna be too big. You can't see it because it's
Now we all
I think I can draw it.
Can I have the eyes on me? Okay, your question, I want you to pick one question to share with the group. But I want you to put a star by it because we're going to come back later after I go through the slides. So put a star.